What goes great with fresh greenery? How about some fresh fruit? This fragrant wreath is piled high with fresh fruit and berries. To get started, I have a twig wreath that I'm going to attach to my wreath of fresh greens. Start with one of these floral wires and just make a U shape and catch that twig wreath right inside and grab it in the back, giving it a nice good twist. Apples get layered on next. Before you start stringing the apples on wire, it's going to save you a lot of time if you measure out the apples ahead of time. Just arrange your apples in a circular pattern and it will give you an idea of how many apples you need. I've already measured my apples and know that I need 16 for my wreath. And I have most of them strung right on this wire. It's really important to make sure that you have really strong wire, 18 gauge or larger, because otherwise any other wire won't be able to support the heavy apples. Turn all of these little guys right side up. And I think I'm one apple short, so I'm going to string one more on. And there it comes out the other end. Then string your apple to the bottom and make sure your apples are exactly where you want them, because you're going to secure them with a lot of wire and you don't want to have to move them later. With these extra ends, give it a good twist and bring your wire down through the bottom, catching that twig wreath when you do. I have another length of 18 gauge wire. Make sure it's long enough because you have a lot of wreath to work with. String it down on one side and catch that wire that is going through the ring of apples and push down through the wreath. Now that I have my apple ring secured, I'm ready to add in a little bit of greenery. This greenery is going to create a bed for the ring of cranberries that we're going to do next. So now that the apple ring is already attached, the greenery just gets inserted right underneath the apples, and the weight of the apples is enough to hold it in place. Now that I've created this beautiful bed of greens, I'm ready for the cranberries. This started off as 4 individual strands of cranberries, but I've twisted them around and secured them with just a little bit of thin floral wiring. You can't even see it when you lay it down. So I'm going to lay my cranberries down around the apples, coiling them as I go, just to keep that nice twist that we've already established. And tuck in the ends. Make sure it's laying the way you want, because I'm going to attach it with more wire and you don't want it to move around. Then string this floral wire through the cranberries, but leave one string of cranberries on top because that is going to allow you to hide the floral wiring that you've used. Sometimes I find it's easier to string the wire through the bottom. So if you find that that's the case with your wreath, go ahead and do it that way. Catch that cranberry garland. Make sure to leave a string or two out. I'm gonna cover it up so you don't know it's there.
This wreath is bound to be the apple of everybody's eye this holiday season. Here's a tip to prevent your door from getting scratched when hanging your holiday wreath. Simply cut out a circle of felt and stick it to your wreath with a little bit of spray adhesive. Just one step closer to a stress-free holiday.